stuff after
I think we got
this?
some. We're just supposed to rank the Phase 2.
Phase 2?
And
Yeah,
we can
I've got this prepared to you.
Yeah, let's take our time with this
Yeah, of course.
and talk about each of these
What
movies.
time are we at?
We're like half an hour.
Yeah, no, but this is
Yeah, we're
going
gonna
to
take a minute. All right. So we're gonna go through. So we've ranked Phase 1. We had some arguments there.
Yes.
For sure, because you lost your mind.
Yep.
And now we're going to go through each movie. The way we're going to do this is we're going to go through each movie in order. We're going to give our ranking out of 10 for each movie. And then once we go through all of them, then we'll
We will rank them
based on those numbers.
But we'll debate the movie when we're talking about the movie. And we're talking about in order of release.
Yeah, so there's going to be Iron Man 3.
Which means we're starting with Iron Man 3. Here's our scores for Iron Man 3, and here we go. We will talk about Iron Man 3 in 3, 2, 1.
7.
4 out of 10. Yeah, wow, you're way higher on Iron Man 3.
So,
I do want to say, second biggest movie in this phase.
Mm-hmm.
It made $1.2 billion. It's one of the biggest movies in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
I think 99% of that, I'm sure you will agree, from Avengers 1. It came out 2 or 3 months after Avengers 1.
Yeah.
Following the success of Avengers 1, that's what's going to happen.
and it was the third Iron Man. People were loving Robert Downey Jr. Like, yeah, definitely Avengers helped. I think the first two Iron Mans helped as well. The reason I put 7, I could easily bump this down to a 6.5 or 6. I'm always just kind of in that range. Back in the day when I first watched Iron Man 3, I was easily like a 4 or 5 on it.
Yeah.
But I have watched it since then, and I liked it way more than I remember it. So I bumped it up. I might have bumped it up too much, though, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Why is it so low for you?
So this is the thing. This is one of the only MCU movies I've never rewatched.
Yeah, I think you should.
I watched this once in theaters, and I really disliked it. And I probably gave it an even lower score at that time. And the only reason it's a 4 now is because I see clips and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of funny. But I hated the Mandarin twist at the end.
Yep.
Even though I think he's quite good in Shang-Chi. But I hated the Mandarin twist. I do not like Aldrich Killian as a villain. I definitely didn't at the time. I think that the extremist and him screaming at the end, I am the Mandarin, and then getting hit, I thought that was dumb. I'm not nearly as infatuated with all the suits that a lot of people were when I was 13. And then the biggest thing that like has bumped it up since then is I see a clip from Iron Man 3 and I always laugh. It's the I don't even want to work here. These guys are weird. Like,
Yeah.
There's like I always see clips like that on TikTok and I'm like, maybe I should give this movie another chance, because every time I see a clip I think it's funny. And it is Shane Black who directed it, he's directed a bunch of movies I really like. So maybe I really do have to give it another shot.
I think you should. Here's why. I think it gets overshadowed by a lot of the ending stuff, like the Mandarin twist. A lot of people didn't like him blowing up all his suits for Pepper. That's really annoying. And then
because in the very next movie,
he has them
all.
It was a weird decision to kind of end his trilogy with taking his arc reactor out of his chest and blowing up all of his suits.
It's because they didn't know if he would come back.
Right. So I think it's overshadowed by that negative, which is I'm probably going to bump it down to a 6.5 or 6. But the good stuff in it, obviously Robert Downey Jr. is amazing. I went back and watched it, and that whole little bit where he doesn't have his suits, but he went to the hardware store and made gadgets and stuff and then infiltrated the thing. That was so cool, showing Tony Stark's versatility. Thank you, versatility. And then everything with Harley is great.
Yeah.
The scenes where Tony Stark is dealing with panic attacks, I think those are, like, Robert Downey Jr. acted those amazingly.
I remember being annoyed.
Right, but I think now, older, that never hit home for me at all. But then, like, Tony Stark having a panic attack and getting into his suit and being like, Jarvis, what's happening? Like, I got poisoned, because he's never had to deal with this. And Jarvis is like, I think you had a panic attack. And he's like, I don't do that. And then Harley talking about the New York attack and then being like, shut up, and like having to get out of the car and like sit in the snow. I think it's super compelling. There's bad in the movie. There's good in the movie. 6 or 7 is where I land.
Yeah, maybe I'll rewatch it and become the world's biggest Iron Man 3 defender.
Yeah, I just remember the first time watching it being like, wow, MCU doesn't know what it's doing anymore. That was terrible. And then watching it the second time being like, oh, that was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, see, I didn't get that feeling at all because I was unimpressed by most of Phase 1. Obviously, you love most of Phase 1,
right?
But yeah. All right, we're moving on to Thor, the Dark Thor.
Yep.
What are you giving this out of 10?
Ready?
Thor, the Dark Thor.
Thor: The Dark World out of 10.
Thor: The Dark World out of 10. 3, 2, 1.
7.
2 out of 10. Wow. Do you think you like Thor: The Dark Thor better than Iron Man 3?
I have it basically equal.
Wow.
So Iron Man 3 I used to really dislike and then I watched it again and I actually kind of was okay with it.
Yeah.
This might be the reverse.
Really?
I think if I watched Thor: The Dark World, I might dislike it more than I originally liked it.
How many times have you seen it?
2 or 3, but it was always a long time ago. I've seen the entire Infinity Saga. I've seen every movie probably at least 3 times. And then I've seen some.
Wow, I have not.
Right. And I've seen the Avengers like 50 plus, right?
Yeah.
So I think this movie is widely overhated.
Yeah, you've always had that too.
I don't understand where people just got this idea that, like, I didn't know people had this that low until Infinity War. When I saw someone, I think it was like IGN or, BuzzFeed or something did like a ranking of all the movies before Infinity War, and they had Thor: The Dark World at last. And I was like, what? People don't like this movie? I think the relationship between Thor and Loki is awesome. I think the banter between them is hilarious. You just decapitated your grandfather. Very funny. The villain isn't like spectacular, but it introduces the ether. I think the death of the mom and Loki's reaction to that is hard. I think the action is good. Man, that's funny. I think there's a lot of good in this movie. It's not an 8, 9, or 10, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this movie because this is another one I've only seen once. But how I was just telling you, every clip I see from Iron Man 3, I'm like, oh, maybe I'd like that. Every clip I see from this movie, I'm reminded that, oh, this was a tough watch.
Is it just, like, why do people dislike it? Is it just slow?
It's really slow. There's, I could give you a bunch of reasons. It's a very dark shot movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Thor: The Dark World, yup. You know what I'm saying? It's just every shot is gray.
Yeah.
And dark gray. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big issue. It's that kind of movie is going to put somebody to sleep, right? I don't care at all for Natalie Portman in any of the MCU movies. So she's obviously a big part of this movie. I think that this is the one where Darcy is the most annoying.
Yeah, maybe.
She was before Awkwafina, she was most people's pick for most annoying MCU character. Whether you agree or not, that's just the IGN list that had this last. That's just, and I think this is the movie that she's the most annoying. I think she's great in WandaVision, and that surprised me because I think she's really unlikable in the first 2 Thors, but I think she's worse in the second one. I think Selvig is one of the best characters from the Thor franchise, and he's worst in this movie because he's dealing with the ramifications of the mind control thing. Something, by the way, that I do want to point out. Selvig is established as one of the smartest people in the MCU, and Loki's mind control had a real fucking effect on him, right?
Yeah.
Hawkeye's brain power is not that of Selvig, and we do not see any ramifications for him. Just saying. There's little things like that the MCU doesn't have anywhere else.
I disagree. I think it's different kinds of mind power. I think Selvig is an intellect and Hawkeye is a secret agent that has dealt with mental anguish, and he can deal with being controlled.
Okay.
But he can't solve a equation about iridium.
Okay.
I think that's the difference.
But I've never been a fan of this movie. I've always been one of the people to put it at the bottom. But I've never thought it was the worst MCU movie because I think the worst MCU movie is The Incredible Hulk.
Right, that's fine. Again, I'm not putting Thor: The Dark World over a bunch of stuff.
Of course. But 7 out of 10 is your score for more of the MCU than not.
Right.
You gave Antman Quantumania a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think they're about the same.
That's my point. So that's fine.
I think Quantumania might be again. It's tough to rank these movies individually and then look at all 20 movies and be oh, I have to kind of compare the numbers to each other. There's a lot of movies can be 7 out of 10s, and I still prefer even within that. So yeah, 7 out of 10 is my default. If it's not actively bad, and I don't think Thor: The Dark World is.
No, yeah, and you've always had that take. I'm not surprised by it in the slightest.
But I am open and willing to watch it again and be convinced.
I would be fascinated to see the reaction, like to see what other people think of Thor: The Dark World now.
After Love and Thunder.
Yeah, especially. Like, because a lot of people think Love and Thunder is the worst Thor movie. Obviously, you think it's Ragnarok, which is obviously the worst opinion you have. But, yeah, so I'd be interested to see. We'll get to that in phase 3. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
La creme de la creme. All right, you ready?
This is Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Out of 10. 3, 2, 1.
9.5, yeah.
Yeah.
What a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, gosh.
It's really good.
It's one of those that you watch it the first time, you're like, whoa. And then every time you watch it, it's just so fun.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I saw a clip. Mm-hmm. There's some exposition in this movie. Mm-hmm. There's some real exposition in this movie. But I saw a clip the other day from this movie, and it was the Alexander Pierce Captain America conversation. Somebody murdered my friend. I intend to find out why. Mm-hmm. Don't get in my way. Like that. That's that conversation. A lot of exposition in that scene. Well, this is what's going on. Oh, this is what's going on. Oh, this is what's going on. But the actors, Robert Redford is so good.
He's so good.
And Chris Evans is so good. And the writing is so good that exposition scene is one of the most entertaining scenes in the whole movie. Another exposition scene in that movie. Zola computer scene.
Yeah.
All exposition, but it's awesome because he's a computer and he's got the accent, and she's like, "This got to be some kind of tape." And I am not a recording for all that.
Yeah,
amazing acting, amazing. The writing, amazing, and that's why the exposition scenes aren't bad in this movie. Compare it to a modern MCU movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where they have the Illuminati scene, which is just exposition, where we didn't lose Doctor Strange fighting Thanos. The biggest threat to the multiverse is you, Steven. And the way they explain it is so boring.
Yeah.
And the acting is so wooden. And nobody cares.
That's a great point.
Like, that's an exposition scene that they do now in the MCU versus a couple years ago. Exposition scenes are some of the best scenes in Winter Soldier. So that is the difference between a truly great MCU movie and like a mid or bad one, like Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I mean, everything about this movie is good.
Yeah.
The opening on the Lumerian Star, where Captain America's just taking people out.
Yep.
And then he busts in and sees Black Widow. Well, this is awkward. It's funny. It's entertaining. It introduces Falcon in a great way.
Yes.
I think Fury's great. Obviously, Robert Redford does a great job.
Is a top 5 MCU villain for me.
Yeah, especially in terms of acting, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I was just kind of... You're not bored in this movie at all.
No.
And you're pulling for Cap, and the speech he gives at the end.
Yes.
And Peggy Carter... Not Peggy. Sharon
yep.
is in there. Yeah.
So, I've got a question for you. I give it a 9 out of 10. You gave it a 9.5. What is your issue with this movie? Why isn't it a 10 out of 10?
It's just something like to get a 10 out of 10 for me. Like something has to just like absolutely just like melt my mind. Yeah.
Okay. So there's just nothing in this movie that is just 10 out of 10 worthy.
I mean that Bucky Cap fight is a 10 out of 10, and the writing is good, but there's nothing in there that makes me. That blows me away writing or like character emotion wise, if that makes sense. But I don't have anything negative about it, really. What's yours?
I'm going to say something and you're going to be bothered.
I'm sure I am. That's the point of the podcast.
I wish there were less or the fight scenes were shorter. I wish there was more dialogue. The spy stuff is the best. Every line in this movie is sharp, it's well written, it's funny, it's smart.
But that's why it works. It's because it's not bogged down by too much of it, and it's broken up by like amazing action pieces.
And I'm not saying there's bad action in this movie. The action is great. I am Yes, amazing. And it's shot well.
Yeah.
I will say the fight choreography leaves a little to be desired at some points when it's just Cap, because he has two options. He's got a shield or he's going to kick you. That's every single
Dude, when he launches
fight.
that guy on the
Hilarious.
boat,
When he kicks
cave
amazing.
that guy's chest in.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's so funny. But, God, and this is one of the, like, there's not a lot of jokes, but this is one of the funnier MCU movies. The guy in the Apple store.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Hilarious. That's hilarious. Obviously, it's not your style, Rogers. And he's like, you're right. It's hers. Kicks him off. Hilarious.
Everyone needs practice.
Them making, and then he's like falling before Falcon saves him. And he's like, what about that redhead at the thing? And he's like, Lillian.
Yeah.
Lip piercing. Yeah. She's like, yeah, she's cute. And he's like, I'm not ready for that. Hilarious.
Yeah, that is
hilarious.
good. That is
like,
good.
and them making out. Was that your first kiss since 1945?
It wasn't my first kiss since 1945.
Like, just really, really, really great stuff. Like, all throughout, and the characters and everything. I like that they don't date. Black Widow and
so
Cap.
It really sets up their relationship. This is some of my friends. Like, I have someone that I know that like that Black Widow and Cap's friendship and relationship in the MCU is their favorite relationship in the MCU, because this sets up for Civil War. Black Widow and his relationship, where she shows up to the funeral and she's like, I just didn't want you to be alone. And then in Endgame, when they're the only ones left at the compound, you know, slicing the peanut butter sandwich and having that conversation, it kind of sets it up for this friendship that keeps showing up and is good, and that really is cemented in this movie.
Yep.
No, it's great.
It's really good.
And we haven't even talked about Bucky.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Which is why you shouldn't skip all of Phase 1, because you wouldn't know who the heck Bucky is and why this movie is so great unless you watch the first Captain America, which is also a great movie. The reveal of Bucky is great. Bucky.
Were you surprised in the theater?
No, because
Okay.
I knew.
Okay.
I knew stuff.
Yeah.
But
I know somebody that didn't know.
blew him away.
Blew their fucking mind. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
The first reveal of him, that chase scene,
Amazing.
boom, catches
Amazing.
it.
And we're not even talking. Nick Fury is spectacular in this movie.
And-
God, Nick Fury.
Oh my
so
gosh,
good.
this has the line till the end of the line,
Yeah.
and finish it.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
I say that to like my friends. I'm with you
Yes.
till the end of the line. Oh, this
Yes.
movie's great.
It's so good. And the like him going to the museum and the kid, and so good. Every scene in this movie.
And Stanley. I'm
gonna get
fired.
fired. For this one. So good. It's so good. It's a top 5
Did I
MCU
step
movie
on your
for
moment?
me.
Black Widow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yes.
That reveal.
Mission Impossible, baby. Oh, it's so good.
You've got to keep both eyes on the prize, or whatever. Both eyes open.
So good. It's so good. Oh,
Fun movie.
frig.
I mean, top 5 of the MCU for sure.
Yes. Where do you think it ranks for you?
I think it might be second. Wow. It's after the Avengers. I think it goes Avengers.
Wow, so
Winter Soldier.
Avengers is your only 10 out of 10 MCU movie? I don't have any 10 out of 10 MCU movies. I just want to preface that. But so
Probably.
Avengers 1's your only 10 out of 10?
I don't have many 10 out of 10s. Period. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, you didn't give Spider-Verse 10 out of 10.
I probably would if I was choosing 10 out of 10s, you know, but I'm just so protective of that. Like,
And-
I have to live with a movie for like years for it to like mean enough to me to be like, okay, I'll give you a 10 out of 10.
We're keeping it going.
We're keeping it going, baby. You ready for this? Next movie in Phase 2.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy 1,
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
9.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yes. So, I do have problems with this movie.
Okay.
But it's masterful.
Yep.
I mean, I'm getting chills thinking about it.
Just the fact that like everyone was going into the movie like, who the frick are these guys?
Yep.
And then when you come out, you're like, I love these guys. Yeah.
And it's so heartfelt.
Mm-hmm.
You can make the argument it's the most heartfelt MCU movie. It's obviously one of the funniest MCU movies.
Yeah.
It was so fresh and new at the
The
time.
music and the comedy really carried, and it just it was fresh.
I mean, I wouldn't say carried, but it just enhanced.
I mean, yeah, enhanced.
I think the Quill opening is so compelling.
It just expanded everything.
And then, obviously, the Quill singing opening is also amazing and hilarious and makes you love this guy immediately.
One of the best positives I can say about this movie is it does not drag for a second. I don't think it drags at all. It goes from that to him trying to sell the orb to introducing Rocket and Boom, and then they're in the prison. Then you got the prison to escape, and then you're introducing Ronan.
It's very well paced.
Yeah.
It's very well paced. I will absolutely give you that it's very well paced. And James Gunn direction, I mean, it's jumping off the screen.
Star-Lord, man.
It's every character so likable. A lot of people have problems with Ronan as a villain.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. Here's my take on it. This movie does not need an interesting villain.
Right.
And I do think we are at a loss. We have not had a lot of just terrible guy, no compelling backstory, this guy just sucks villains. We haven't had too many of those lately. And Ronan is that. I will say, you're gonna find this fascinating. Rachel, my girlfriend, Ronan is a top 5 MCU villain for her. She loves him. She thinks he's so scary. He is her favorite Guardians villain. She likes him more than the High Evolutionary and Ego.
Wow.
She thinks fully, and she'll argue with people about it, she thinks Ronan is in the conversation with Thanos and Loki. Which I think is obviously ridiculous and crazy.
He's got that one scary scene where he's like sacrificing that guy and the blood's running down or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's just...
She just thinks he looks scary.
He does kind of look scary.
But yeah.
He's still second to Thanos. He's still bowing down to Thanos for most of the movie.
Yeah, but she loves him. So that's, I think, is fascinating.
That is cool.
So my big issue with this movie, my biggest issue, every time I rewatch this movie, I like it less. Every time. And it's gotten to the point where I avoid rewatching it now, which is a real shame. But I don't know why, but I think the jokes are significantly worse on rewatch. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a surprise factor or this and that. My theater experience, watching this movie in the theater, when Groot is drinking
That's exactly what I was thinking.
the fountain water, that's probably the hardest I've ever laughed in a theater in my life.
You're so weird.
And then I rewatched it like as soon as it came on digital, and I didn't laugh at all. And I was like, what's going on? I was like preparing myself because I knew it was coming, and I didn't think it was funny. I was like, that's weird. And every time I rewatch it, I laugh less and less and less. So I'm going to try and avoid it for the next couple of years. I just watched it about 2 years ago. It was the last time I rewatched it. Because I've seen it about 8 or 9 times at this point. Hopefully I'll skip a couple years and I'll forget all of the jokes, and then I'll rewatch it like it's my first time, and hopefully that's a better time. But that's my big issue with it, is I think for me it's my least favorite MCU movie to rewatch.
Yeah, I think, I disagree. Obviously, I think it's one of the most rewatchable movies for most people. Ragnarok gets rewatched a lot, obviously. It's so light. And Guardians is too. I don't have much more to say about it. Introduces Nebula, which is great.
I mean, it introduces all of them.
All of them, yeah.
Who was your favorite Guardian?
Star-Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's great. Gamora's great in this
and
movie.
you get that's one of the only shirtless Chris Pratt scenes we get.
That's true.
And
this is the best Drax movie.
Yes.
This is where Drax is the best.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't like him nearly as much in Guardians 2.
Yeah.
And then I think he comes back a little bit in Guardians 3 and some other movies.
But he's more love in Guardians 3. But him throwing the ball at the little thing is hilarious, and then him knocking off the guy in the motorcycle is hilarious.
Yeah.
But just he's this kind of alien. Everything you say is gonna go over his head.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
That's great. Yeah. Like every line from him is.
Man who has slept with a Viscarian. It was one time, man.
Why would I tickle his neck?
No. It needs.
And then he's like, you know, and like he's like, and then Drax looks at him. He's like,
no.
It's really funny. It's really, really, really funny. It's
definitely deserves the 9 out of 10.
Yes, of course.
Classic.
And I mean,
would you put it top 10 superhero movies?
I don't think I have any problem with anybody putting it in their top 10. It's a dear friend of mine's favorite MCU movie, and I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's my least favorite MCU movie that I give a 9 out of 10 to.
Right. I think it'd be like superhero movies ever. I think it's right at the cusp of 10.
I think
it's
so,
right
too.
in there. Yeah.
I think so too.
It might sneak in.
But like, are we considering animateds?
Yeah.
So
That might bump it out.
both Spider-Verse, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Red Hood,
Infinity War,
Infinity War is better.
Winter Soldier.
Soldier's better. Avengers 1 is better.
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah, but then it's right there.
It's in that ballpark though. So yeah, it's really great. That's a very good question though. So yeah, I mean, we could talk about Guardians 1 forever. I mean, it's just John C. Reilly's great. Everybody gives a great performance.
They got my message.
That's really good. It's really good.
What's John C. Reilly's character's name?
Roman Day.
Yes. What's the name of the woman who's the leader? What's her
Nova
title?
Prime.
What's her actual name? It's Arani Rael, I think, or something like that.
Look at you.
Like that. What's the name of the ships that the Nova Corps uses? What are they called? Star Blasters.
I was gonna say stars.
You know where I learned that?
Where?
Guardians Ride.
Yeah.
Guardians Ride in Epcot.
You
All right.
read the thing. Obviously Milano.
Yep. And then
What's the orange one?
do they have one in between
Yes.
the Bowie?
Eesh.
I think they just remake the.
And it's still called the Milano?
It's like I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
All right, ready? Time for another argument.
I think we're on the same page here.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
All right.
Avengers
Age of Ultron out of 10.
3.
What's 10 in Spanish?
Yes.
Diez.
3.
Tres.
2.
Dos.
Tres.
Uno.
Dos. Uno. 6 out of
8.5.
10. Okay. We're not going to argue here, no?
Why?
It's the worst Avengers movie?
Yes, but barely.
What do you mean barely? You think Endgame is a little bit worse?
The only reason Endgame is better is because of the last 40 minutes. But Age of Ultron is better otherwise.
I think Age of Ultron is messier than Endgame, and Endgame has higher highs.
Endgame has higher highs, I think, messiness-wise.
I don't think Endgame is perfect. I'm a Endgame
I agree.
denier. I think Endgame's a 8 out of 10. I don't think it's anywhere close to top 5 MCU. I don't think I have it in my top 10.
Just because of what it is why it's good, and the assemble moment is why it is what it is. But in terms of a 3-hour mess,
Age of Ultron's a mess, brother.
A little
What
bit.
about the Thor Selvig subplot? What about they all
Black
have to
Widow
find
and
the-
Hulk.
Yes,
Yeah, there's some stuff.
They have to set up Civil War in this movie. They have to set up the twins in this. Obviously, the twins
There's a lot. They did a lot in this movie.
get put into it.
I think there's just a lot of good.
Hawkeye's family. It's just a lot. It's
is
just
a lot,
Too
but
much.
it's an Avengers
It's a
movie.
mess. But you're right.
It does not we go watch the first Avengers. We're gonna do that with the patrons in a week. No. Is that what they chose? Yeah, that's what they chose.
Great.
And that movie flows and it's not messy and everything works. And there's not too much in it. So yeah, Age of Ultron, they put a lot in there and it's messy. It makes a little bit more sense because it is an Avengers movie and we're expanding and there's a lot going on. But it is messy and it's not perfect. It's kind of a TASM 2 situation where obviously TASM 2 is worse. Well, it's about the same. I just like it because this is one of the only times we get the Avengers as a fully fledged team working together.
Of course, and I think
And
the
that's fun.
fight scenes are great, and I think Ultron gets a little bit too much hate.
Absolutely.
I think Ultron's a good villain.
What's his name?
James Spader. Yeah, he's great.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's
that
great.
scene is cold. I had to kill the other guy, and then when he busts through himself later, and I don't know why people hate on Ultron so much.
I think he's good.
He's not the best. He's definitely just not the worst.
I will say, I don't like the joke. Little smaller people, babies. I don't like that.
There are a couple times where they try to make him funny.
Don't. He's a robot.
Right. But they had to give him a little personality because that's what Ultron's supposed to be, I guess, is more than
He's
just...
more of an android in the comics. He's more of like a straight late. Now, not everything needs to be the comics.
Yeah.
One of the very next movies Civil War, completely different from the comics, and I think it's the second best MCU movie. But yeah,
I think. So, what are your main problems with the movie?
messy.
Mess. Anything
Right,
else?
like in the middle section.
Something drip on you?
I think so.
That's unfortunate.
The middle of the movie is its messiest.
Mm-hmm.
I think the opening is great.
Yep.
I think everything until when they save Hulk from destroying everything. Like everything from the opening until Hulk's rage in Africa, and then they punch him, and then they have to go to the safe house. Everything until the safe house, I think, is great. You get what I'm saying?
I kind of. And then they split off, and Thor goes to a Selvig thing, and
And that's a lot and unnecessary. And then the Tony Cap argument is just setting up that there might be conflict in the future.
yeah, Nick Fury shows up too.
Nick Fury shows up, and it's kind of weird. And then the big one is I don't care at all for Bruce and
Nat's
Natasha's
relationship.
just not even the whole relationship, because I think it's cute in the bar scene.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, you think you're the only monster on the team? I'm like, really?
It's cute.
What are we doing here?
I think
Because you don't have a vagina. Like, that's what we're talking about here.
Did they remove her vagina?
No, but they removed the shit that makes the vagina work or whatever.
Yeah, I think
Like, you're Scarlett Johansson. You're like the most beautiful woman. You think you're the only monster? He's a hideous green monster.
No, because she's talking about all the terrible things she used to do.
Yeah.
I think that those two characters, given who they like, a relationship between them would actually
It
make
makes
sense.
No, it makes sense.
It just seems kind of shoehorned in a little bit, as does the Thor subplot. If you take those two things out, I think it cleans up a lot.
Yes, of course. A lot of the issues with this movie are solved if you get rid of those.
I think Vision is super cool.
Yes.
They also introduced Vision. I forget.
Yes, and he's great, and I love how he gets introduced because Tony's doing it again. He's he's doing it again. He's and another super bot and everything like that, and this and that and this and that, and then Thor steps in.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I love that. I love how it gets created, and I love the hammer scene. Mm-hmm. I think the dinner party scene is a top 5 MCU scene. Mm-hmm. I know that you don't, but I really love the dinner party scene is so great.
Yeah.
And then I think the final battle isn't the best. I think it's probably the worst final battle in the MCU of the Avengers movies.
Yeah. But again, it's still...
But it's great. It's fun.
So great.
It's fun.
Hawkeye and Cap.
I just
if you
think
get killed, walk it off.
The Avengers 1 final battle is just leagues better.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things ever, obviously. So problems, other than the messiness, one of my pet peeves with the MCU in general and in this movie, after the first 20 minutes, I mean, you get the Hulkbuster scene, but Hulk doesn't do anything in like the last final battle. Like, you almost see him do nothing.
Even though she pushes him.
Yeah, she pushes him, and you're expecting him to come and do some awesome stuff, and then you see him.
He just does the jet, and then he flies away.
Right, and in the jet is Ultron, and Ultron reacts to Hulk being there. He's like, "Oh no," and then it cuts away.
Yeah.
So, I just think the MCU did Hulk a little bit dirty, but I love the Hulkbuster. The Hulkbuster fight is. I don't know where to rank it in MCU fight scenes in general, but it's up there. I think the Hulkbuster.
I love when the thing goes around his arm.
Yeah.
I love
the Hulkbuster scene is so cool. Veronica is so cool. I'm sorry. Hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, it's got comedy.
Yeah. I think the villain is good. Mm-hmm. And just seeing the Avengers together is good. It's messy, yes, but it's still an 8.5.
For sure. But again, that's the thing, right? It's just not the best thing in the world. But see, we agreed mostly on that. You thought I would? Did you think I was going to hate on Ultron?
I thought you were going to go sub 5 for sure.
No.
Most people do. They put it like bottom 5.
But they're
5.
wrong.
Yeah,
they're wrong. Ultron's good.
Last one.
One last thing I want to talk about Ultron.
Sure.
My favorite scene in that movie is the dinner party. Mm-hmm. My second favorite scene is Pietro dying. I know a lot of people don't like it. I know a lot of people are like, you just brought him in to kill him. They don't love that representation of Pietro, obviously. It's not nearly as good as the Evan Peters X-Men one. But Wanda's reaction is so fucking
Just
good.
disintegrates everything around her.
Amazing.
So cool.
And then her finding Ultron in the train.
And taking his heart
I know
out.
what it felt like.
Good stuff.
She's so good.
She's good.
Elizabeth Olsen, man. Keep her forever.
Yeah.
You hear that she might not be coming back?
No.
I would be
But
sad.
she's dead anyways. We still rolling?
All right. Last
Are
one?
We still rolling?
Oh. Yep.
Last one.
What are we at time?
We're good. All right. We've been talking about
We've
Phase 2 for a while.
saved the best for last. Just kidding.
Ant-Man.
I scared you, didn't I?
Ant-Man.
I'm dying to see what you gave this. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1, 8.
7 out of 10.
Okay.
You think that Ant-Man is worse than Ultron?
I gave them the same score, actually. I changed it at the last second, but I think they're about the same.
I think Ant-Man is clearly better.
Probably.
Ant-Man
And it's
is
not. It's
great.
not as much of a mess,
No, it's not a mess at all.
but it's also just not an Avengers movie.
That's fine. I will say I do have problems with Ant-Man. It's not a perfect movie. I wish it was just a heist.
But the heist part is so fun.
I know.
It's one of my favorite things in the MCU. Is the whole heist part.
I know, but unfortunately, the heist goes wrong, and then it's not a heist movie, and it's just another big CGI battle at the end. Just the
I don't understand.
The only issue, the only thing is that this is one of the cooler CGI battles at the end because they're little. But I'm exhausted. At this point in Phase 2, I'm already exhausted of a big CGI battle. Because let's go through
Do
the
you
MCU.
not understand what superhero movies are, or like what big movies lead to?
Let's go through the MCU. Iron Man 1. Big CGI battle at the end.
It's a superhero movie.
Incredible Hulk.
I don't understand
Big CGI battle
This
at
is
the end.
continually one of your points of disliking a movie when it's a superhero movie that leads to two people fighting.
What's the best superhero movie of all time?
Dark Knight. Across the Spider-Verse. Across the
Either of
Spider-Verse is
those-
animated.
Yeah. But do either of those have a big, stupid CGI battle at the end?
Avengers is a great movie. Infinity War is a great movie.
Okay.
They have CGI battles.
Avengers, big CGI battle, but it's good. Right?
So is Shang-Chi.
Because that movie leads to it and it makes sense. Shang-Chi does not act like it's leading you to a big CGI battle. Same thing with
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it does.
No.
You continually
No.
act like this. You continually act like this.
No.
That's like saying that they shouldn't fight the Leviathans and the Hulk punch scene is dumb because they didn't lead to the Leviathan. They led to Loki.
Wrong.
Loki can release other things.
Wrong.
Shang-Chi's dad, Wenwu, released the dragon. Loki released the Leviathan. Why can't we fight him?
Because you're dealing with this.
The ramifications of the bad guy doing something. You're absolutely right in both movies.
We got to talk about Ant-Man because I don't want to deal with you. You're wrong, and you know you're wrong. You're just speaking loudly to.
No, I just made a
something
great
you're
point.
right. That's not a good point.
And I will unless there is a good reason for the complaint about the CGI battle, I will refuse to accept that complaint anymore. It's a dumb complaint.
It's a perfectly
If the
fair
CGI
complaint.
looks bad, or if there's some reason
The
why the
CGI
battle
does
should
look bad. The CGI in Shang-Chi is some of the worst CGI in the
No,
MCU.
incorrect.
The dragons look terrible.
Incorrect.
Shang-Chi looks like a rubber man.
Incorrect.
Ant-Man CGI is pretty good. The train. The Thomas the Train.
One of the funnier MCU movies as well. Paul Rudd is amazing.
Paul Rudd is amazing. Michael Pena.
Oh.
May he rest in peace. What a loss. Not in real life to the MCU. The fact that he's not in Ant-Man 3 is just
Yeah, well, they might
ridiculous.
bring him back. We never
They
know.
better. He's so good.
He kills.
He's he's better in the second one.
That's one of the. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's one of the most charming things about Ant-Man 1 and 2 is his three friends.
Yes, and then they cut them in Ant-Man 3.
And when he disappears, and what's his name, the French one, his reaction to that.
Is he French?
What is he?
I think he's Russian.
Russian.
Dasta Malshan.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
And T.I. is great.
Yeah,
T.I. is so good. T.I. is so likable. When they're in the van outside and they're like, oh shit, like all of it is so good. They're so likable. It's so funny. And obviously the Louis stories are just incredible. Some of the best.
What's
scenes in the
happening
MCU.
here? She just grabbed me and kissed me. I don't know what she's thinking. I laughed so hard at that when I first saw it.
Yes, it's so good. Ugh.
Another
And Michael Douglas is so likable.
Another example of like a movie where like people were like, who is this character? That Ant-Man, really? And you come out loving it.
He's an original Avenger, so.
Yeah, but he's not Superman. He's not Spider-Man. He's not Iron Man. Like Hulk, Captain America, they're all much more like, no one's being like, Ant-Man's my favorite superhero. You can see that for Cap, Iron Man, Hulk.
Do you know about the Edgar Wright controversy?
No.
Do you know who Edgar Wright is?
Yeah.
Director? What movies do you know by Edgar Wright?
I just know the name.
Okay, he did Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is a movie I'm not a big fan of, unfortunately. But he did the Cornetto trilogy, which is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, which obviously I rave about all the time. He also did Baby Driver.
Oh yeah, I did know that.
He did that movie Last Night in Soho from a couple years ago, which I heard was terrible.
I liked it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think you'd like it as much as me. I think you'd say it's all right.
A dear friend of mine said it was the worst movie he's ever seen in his life.
That's ridiculous.
But Edgar Wright is a great filmmaker. Edgar Wright, his whole career, said, I want to do an Ant-Man movie. And so when the MCU's coming out, they're going to do an Ant-Man movie. They decided on him to direct it. And he's the one that chose Paul Rudd. He wrote a lot of the script. And they kept changing things. And he was like, fuck you, I quit. And that's why Peyton Reed directed it.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I wish we would have seen Edgar Wright's, because to my knowledge, all of the stuff we like is Edgar Wright. And that's why Ant-Man 2 and especially Ant-Man 3 are so much worse than Ant-Man 1.
Interesting.
So I would do, that's a what if. I wish we would have gotten an Edgar Wright Ant-Man movie. I think would have been cool.
Cool. You want to rank them? You
Let's
want me to
do
go
it.
through my ranking?
Yes, please.
All right, so here's my ranking of Phase 2 of the MCU.
Are we going to have very similar rankings?
I think so. At the top, obviously, we're going Winter Soldier. Then we're going Guardians of the Galaxy. And then an upset pick for a lot of people, we're going Age of Ultron. And then Ant-Man. I think most of this,
And then-
you might switch one or two of these, but most of these are correct.
Yeah.
And then the last two, I'm putting Thor: The Dark World barely over Iron Man 3. So Winter Soldier, Guardians, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Dark World, Iron Man 3. That's my ranking.
I mean, we've got very similar lists. We just flipped two, right? I've obviously got Winter Soldier at 1. Got Guardians at 2. I've got Ant-Man at 3.
Fair.
I've got Age of Ultron at 4, though.
Yep.
And then I've got Iron Man 3 at 5, and I've got Dark World at 6.
Totally fine.
Very similar.
Clink
very
me.
similar lists.
I love it.
Yeah. This is,
Fine with me.
that was the first phase of the MCU where it was like, oh, they really know what the hell they're doing.
That's what we call a dumb statement.